Hey chat! It's Dino Crisis today. As always, you are free to comment about audio problems. Because apparently OBS just... You know what I hate? This is something that we've been dealing with since the onset of personal computers. But... my mouse is just permanently an hourglass that's locked into the screen. That's really nice. And apparently the Steam version of this game is DRM riddled garbage. Should have bought it on GOG, but I couldn't find it on GOG, so whatever. But yeah, something I hate is how audio settings, volume settings in personal computers, since forever, are just arbitrary numbers. Where I very specifically want it to be the decibel. I don't care about how loud it is on the player. If I say... You know, if I want to set my audio to like 50 decibel, and I want that to come out of the speakers. And if you have to amplify it or whatever, I don't care. I want to fix it by the decibel, not by some arbitrary number that's completely different by every software. But, you know, hey, rant over. I'm gonna, hold on. Okay, there. Just needed to get rid of the mouse. Original game. I suppose that's new game? Let's go with a normal difficulty. Spy type, army type, battle type, ancient type. I guess spy type, just bland. I triggered your audiotism.
The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name... Tom.
Tom.
I've successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned. I have encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons. But
Do you have the TISM?
There is an unexpected individual at this facility. The man
I beg you to
Dr.
remake
Kirk,
Dino Crisis.
the leading authority of our nation's
Aren't they
military
remaking this
research.
game? Wasn't that the
Dr.
rumor?
Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death...
I mean, you kind of said it, audio has to be amplified after going through a DAC. That is where decibels are measured. Decibels don't mean anything to a computer. Everyone has a speaker capable of amplifying different decibels. Okay. Then just configure it that way in the program for me, like on OBS. Don't go like minus this many decibels, and it's just like... It doesn't mean anything. Just or even just... Let me fix it to a percentage so that my volume is 100% audio, game volume is like, I don't know, 60, 70, and then I don't have to configure it every single stream. Am I a fan of Resident Evil 2? I like the original. I much prefer the remake. I think the Resident Evil 2 remake is the best Resident Evil game. At least the early half of that game, like the early 2/3 or so of the game. When you're still in the police station. I don't hate the sewer. But, yeah, the original... I think the original Resident Evil 2 is the weakest of the original Resident Evils. But yeah, we'll play that too. This happened to be on sale. And I thought, hey, you know, why not dip into this, seeing as I'm gonna have to get an emulator to play Resident Evil 2. It's not on GOG, it's not on Steam. I'll have to steal it from Capcom's grubby fingers, or I'll have to dig up the capture card and play it on the PlayStation 5 like a chump. Audio good, you know, you can hear the music, you can hear me. They are putting hits on Steam, actually. They're putting some hits on Steam, but they're just bloating it with terrible DRM. Oh, they are putting this on Steam, actually. Yeah, this is the Steam version. Sound level's good, okay. It's really loud on my end, I just needed to be sure.
What about Cooper?
Forget him. Time's up.
That's her. Diana Crisis. Cat comes to nick my DRM. Yeah. So this is a game where they're like, we have this Resident Evil series. and we do like Jurassic Park. Why don't we make our own Jurassic Park? And I love the name. It's such a 90s. It's like a lot of great game franchises have names that they would never come up with today. Like video game franchises today have names like Starfrost or like you know, Garden Rise. You know, it's just this sort of vapid nothing garbage. Dino Crisis. Oh, that's really good. System Shock. Ooh, that's really good, isn't it? And emblematic of the era. If this was not an established franchise, if they were making this for the first time today, it would be like, you know, it would be like An Ancient Fear or something like that. Which is actually, no, that's actually a good game name. It would be something shit. It would be like, you know, I don't know.
Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
Starfrost, Rise of Eden Garden 2, Ancient Fear.
This has been a wild night of partying for the guards.
Maybe it's been a wild night. Resident Evil. That's another good one.
Stay here, Junior.
Stay here, Junior. How many recycled Resident Evil assets are we looking at? Because I'm just saying they had Resident Evil and decided to use it to make a dinosaur game. That's just an assumption of mine. Like, I don't know if this is the same engine or not, but we'll see. Something ChatGPT would have made up in 2022. Backyard of facility.
Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
It's got a better writing than at least the first Resident Evil did. Localization, at least. Let me see. Key configuration. No, this all feels very Resident Evil. It's not pre-rendered backgrounds, though, which is interesting.
Let me guess. This is some of your handiwork, right?
Dino Wars.
Brass is still warm.
I also find this to be an interesting game, if it is a sort of Resident Evil spin-off.
So who were they fighting?
Because it is abandoned, you know, it is sort of like, you know, Devil May Cry. That's another Resident Evil spin-off. But this is something they could come back to. And I find that because games take so long to make now, you know, this was probably cooked up in a year or two. Because games take so long to make now, interesting experiments like this just don't happen that much. That new Naughty Dog game, Intergalactic, that looks like complete dog shit, by the way. Complete cope if you don't see it. You need the B1 backup generator room key to open this door. Okay. That game would not be so offensive to me if not for the fact that I quite like the studio and it's 7 years and this is what you cooked up. Great, awesome, guys. But you know, I'm kind of done with Naughty Dog. Have been for a while. You know, it's one of these things where because you loved them when you were young, you always retain a little bit of faith that maybe they'll maybe they'll be able to bring it back. But you know, it's gone. It's gone. Just another Druckmann game, so I'm not excited. Yeah. And you compare that to like From Software, who are, you know, basically annual releases almost. Well, you know, not perfectly, but significantly better. Did I not pick up the B1 key? What did I pick up? Oh, this is not that, is it? Can't be used here. Okay. I'll continue searching, bro.
Rick can handle the inside of the facility on his own.
Oh. No, he can't. Oh, okay. The prick can handle the inside of the facility alone. I feel like From Software has a very aspirational release schedule, though. Yeah, but like they've set, that's how the studio is set up, and Naughty Dog could be set up like that too. There's no reason Naughty Dog is confined to one game per console. There must be something. Oh wait, it's probably. If I know, oh no, it's not that, is it? Probably need to reset it. It's probably move the shelf the other way. I kind of wonder if working conditions are very intense. In FromSoft, I hear they're pretty intense and salaries aren't great. Stop pushing! Stop pushing! Stop pushing! Maybe I can't. Maybe she just automatically tries to zoom in, zap it in all the way. Okay. What am I supposed to do then? Doesn't seem to be operational. I'm getting mad at this game already. We're just gonna swap over to Resident Evil 2. I'm gonna download the ROM on us midstream, plug an emulator, and figure out what to do. Is this it? No, this is where he came from. How is this not the correct key? Let me check. Backup generator area, ground level are carved into it. Okay. Can I like do something with these crates maybe? Oh, now hold on, that's something. Acer's venting on Regina like a cranky BF. Is that whom I am playing as? Regina, yeah, there's her name. I got the hemostat. That'll prevent bleeding. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Can you, am I supposed to go in here maybe? The other door that's right in front of the other door I was at? Watchroom of the guards. It's dark and no one seems to be inside. Great contribution. Oh.
Rick here.
It was a context-sensitive cutscene trigger all along.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
How's the progress going with that security system?
Why do you say Regina like that?
It looks like all
It's
the
not said
power
that like that.
facility's been cut.
Same here.
As long as
I'm just reading the name, Chad. You're making it weird.
Why don't you see if you can gain access to backup generators on the ground level?
I'm on it. What are you doing here?
I caught the last part of your conversation.
By the way, I found a key.
Hand it over.
Hand it over. Regina. Oh. Regina. Oh, I think Regina is fine. Passageway to the backup generator. Okay, I think this is sort of endearing, like 3D environments in a game like this from them. It's taken a bit to start, but that's mainly because I kind of got lost there for a bit.
That's disgusting.
This guy's been eviscerated. Something tore his intestines.
That's disgusting.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm going in to the backup generator room, 1F. How do I save progress, by the way? Probably they'll give me something after they open it. A battery charger. If I set the battery here, I can charge it. That's my speaker. A staple of these streamings we've done. There are 3 buttons. Which button will... Oh my god, here's a puzzle. Nobody's allowed to judge me while I figure out what to do. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's this... I don't know what configurations they want. Is it just red, blue, green, white? Yeah, probably. Which button will you press? The left one. Alright, so it's red, green, blue, white, I think. I'll cancel. Red, blue, green, white. Ah, see. They swapped it out on me. Swapped it up on me there. Do you miss the 90s? I wasn't that old during the 90s. I caught the tail end of the 90s. You know, a little. Oh, no, that's terrible. Did you see, like, how the levers were all rendered behind one another? Like, they had the incorrect depth relative to each other. It was terrible. There's no need to operate this anymore. Everyone is free to rewind a little bit to check that out if you want. Do I miss the 90s? I miss... Okay, so... I felt like dinosaurs were going to be a bigger part of my life. I also feel like the sort of mass media internet thing has made it so that everything feels like a competition. You're not just allowed to like the things you like. You have to like them for the right reasons, and you have to like what everybody else likes. And I feel like there's more curation and not enough discovery if it comes to media. I love, like, I think channel surfing is so great because you stumble upon things that you might otherwise never have seen. And like Netflix, why doesn't Netflix have channel surfing? Why doesn't PlayStation let you channel surf games? I posted about this earlier today.
What is this?
It's a dinosaur, dude. We're getting out of Dodge. We're not fighting that. Get lost. Especially because they haven't shown me how to fight yet! Oh. Okay. That tells me also that this is because it's the exact same control scheme. I killed it. Very cool. Actually, I should investigate the hole, shouldn't I? Sounds like something's coming. Ugh! She doesn't have a lot of style. Ugh, get off of me! It's pretty good. Now, where's my, They're not very forthcoming on my stats. Die, bitch. Ow! Alright, and she also can't aim up and down. She can walk while aiming though. That's pretty cool. Alright, she seems damaged now, so I guess I'll give her one of these. Okay, now there's a blood trail here. These are leading lines. This is like yellow paint. Also notice how my shadow is being drawn over the blood, but the blood trail I'm creating. First of all, they went through the trouble of giving me a blood trail on a N64 game. Pretty impressive. However, that blood trail is being rendered on top of my shadow. Will you take the an 8? Sure. An 8 for Regina. Thank you. Regina is not fine. Oh. I don't know what they want. Literally walks headfirst into the answer. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if I missed the 90s necessarily. There was also like a lot of shit during the 90s. Like, you know, Pauly Shore was still making movies. that jerk off
I lost him.
who was in The Pest. John Leguizamo was still making movies.
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
And
Now that's a good one.
yeah, like, so, you know, it wasn't perfect.
Who was it?
We only remember the good bits,
This
you know.
isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
Hello, is there having an old man talk, I see? Hello, Skeptical Bucket Man. We're talking about the 90s. Do you remember the 90s?
Control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
We'll sort out this whole situation. Oh, okay. Your position. Cool. Wait. My position. Okay, yeah, I probably still need to go back. I need to route through the facility to reach him. Because that's the guy who went into the facility. Some of it. Yeah, I also remember some of it. I remember, like, Drake. I think toys were much cooler in the 90s. Now everything is just like a shitty NFT or a Roblox. I also feel like fashion was cooler. You had that sort of grunge look. Today, everybody's wearing, like, parachute pants, and it just looks like a joke, everyone today. Do you want to climb to the ventilation opening? Yes. It's very cool. This is also kind of James Bond, kind of Mission Impossible vibes from this game. I thought it was going to be much more horror. And I also imagined it would take place in, like, a city where dinosaurs came. I didn't realize it was just Jurassic Park, where I was going to be in the facility. I'll climb down, no worries. I'll push a switch. Oh. Nothing happened, but I was hoping something had happened. They've not been giving me a lot of lore so far, but that's fine. We're still sort of getting into the thick of things. This is probably the evil company, the emblem on the ground there. The evil company, what is responsible for the dinosaurs. No, it's this again. So probably that ventilation just branched off into two different paths that both led to this one room. Interesting. Interesting. Wait, can I push? Can I push this? I can. Is there anything? Yes, ammo. Or an 8. Cool. Everyone has a beer gut. I agree, more cool stuff going on. Also, it was the end of the 90s, but I have fond memories of whenever a movie like The Matrix was capable of spawning entire fashion trends. Oh, yeah. Ah! Ammo? Yes. Oh no, wrong ammo. It's okay, Chad. I'm an expert at navigating with tank controls, so I'll have no trouble outrunning the dinosaurs. And now I just need to find a good shotgun. Also, your sort of access to media. I love that, you know, we're talking about the 90s and it's just like the movies. We don't talk about like anything, but, you know, it's fine. Your access to media back then was very much a reflection of your social network. So, if you had a friend who was like really into movies, you might have seen, you know, Mouse Hunt, or you might have seen Brain Dead, or you might have seen Evil Dead. You know, or you might have seen like David Cronenberg's Crash. Whereas now it's like, oh, film Twitter, and it's just the same 10 movies. It's like The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's Interstellar. It's just like taste has been so like curated and because it's all run by algorithms and not the people, you know. A memo. So get ready, chat. We're in for some lore. As a result of tonight's experiment, a strong magnetic storm may occur. Consequently, the communication department will close at 6 p.m. At that time, the antenna will be temporarily stored. To prepare for the emergency, be sure to check the weapons storage locker in the lounge. You can unlock it with the combination 7687. Recently inexperienced guards have been assigned here, and a common problem is that they do not know how to use the DDK. Here are some points that may not be clear in the manual. Make sure that your staff becomes familiar with this important information. After you set the DDK to the door's locking device, you'll be asked to enter the password code. You will then need to derive the code by using the basic elimination rule. Eliminate the key letters to reveal the correct code. Be sure to try this out by setting an actual DDK to the floor locking device. For example, code Oxpizirian key XYZ. In the case above, the correct password would be open. That's pretty simple. Alright, so I got the key, I got the code. Now I just need to outrun a dinosaur. Or maybe there's another door, maybe? Maybe. There's something here. A hemostat. I'm not that much younger than you, but damn, you're making me feel like a dumb baby because I was 100% of pure first-gen iPad kid. Yeah, you young. I used to be young. There was a time when I would collaborate with all the people in this video game discussion community, and I was the young one. I was the baby. Now, not so much. Now I'm old. And my life, flew by. But I did play a lot of System Shock 2, so it wasn't a total waste. Haha. My parents had a landline and I had a slider cell phone before I had a smartphone, I guess. Oh yeah, I had dial-up, and I used to play the Lego web page game, where you had to like, come on man, trying to get lore. Chemical manual. It is the brochure of a pharmaceutical company. Will you read the file? Yes. Really hectic music while we read this. Recovery 8, AN8. I don't know what N8 is. Is it like anabolic 8 or I don't know. Intensifier, multiplier. The 4 chemicals listed above feature our company's latest advancements. They are designed to perform exceptionally, particularly on the front lines where only the minimum amount of equipment is accessible. By mixing chemicals, the following 2 types of supplies can be created. Recovering type, it quickly recovers lost vitality. Oh, it's anesthetics. Anesthetic type, applied to the head of a bullet or needle, it can put the target to sleep. Supplies that are produced by chemical mixing can be made even more effective with additional mixing. Okay, I guess I'll mix. I'll mix these two. Oh, another dinosaur. Was there anything on this side? Ah, no! Oh, I was so close. I like button mashing during grabs. I feel like that should always speed up the animation, even if it doesn't preserve health. I feel like it should always speed up the animation at the very least. Because it's input while you don't have input. Yeah, no. But yeah, I used to play the Lego webpage game. Every time you leveled up, you got a new Lego theme to model on, and I'd gotten to like level 6 or 7 out of 10. I was pretty far in, but I kind of gave up on it, and it was on dial-up, so The DDK that contain yeah. So I would play that. I remember that. I used to play a lot of mini clip games. I used to play a lot of RuneScape. I used to play Dragon Fable, Battle On. They even had a I think they're called Artix, the company behind all of this. I think they had like a Mac one too, or like a futuristic one they tried to cook up. I played that for a little bit, and yeah. The DDK that contains the correct information is required to release this lock. Will you set the DDK? Sure. To release the lock, it is necessary to set both the code and input DDK devices. Can I do that? Do I have a DDK device? No. Okay. I thought I had looted it, but apparently I just picked up information. Lame. Oh, I need the entrance door key. Oh, and also, when do I get to save my game, man? Did my key go to this stuff? Will the evil corporation trope ever end? Whenever people organize without accountability, bad things are afoot. Also, like, back during the 90s, during the 90s, people believed in, like, evil corporations and stuff like that. They were so naive. Today, we know better. We know better, chat. No, nothing happened. I thought maybe with a cold. Dang, okay, did I miss something in the dinosaur room? Because I can't fight them, I don't have any ammo. Maybe there's something more upstairs. We'll check it out. Okay, but you're not a retro gamer type guy. I remember being amazed those guys were so entertained by the nostalgia for such uninteresting looking games on the NES and so on. Oh, like I have a lot of affinity for older games. Like I give games that did something early a pass, and like I'll be more impressed by it. But I'm not like, you know, I'm not gonna tell you that. You must check the device next to the door and set the DDK device. The simple H is incorrect. Will you set the DDK? Okay, I don't. Hold on. But like, I can separate Super Mario Bros. Being a really important game from it being a really well-made game. Like, I don't think that's. I think it's a terrible game. I think it's a bad platformer. Original Zelda, like, does it hold up? Better than Super Mario Bros. I will certainly say. Hold on. Recently, inexperienced users, and the common problem is they don't know how to use the DDK. Here's some points. Make sure your stack after you set the DDK to the door's locking device, you'll be asked to enter the password code. You will then need to derive. Okay, but this is nothing. So wait, just interface with the DDK device, and then interface with the door. This is a really roundabout way of getting me to navigate to like these sweeping camera shots, though. We locked from the other side. Okay. Do I have any other equipment? No, I do not. Fun little info nugget to enhance your Spanish vocabulary. Memo in Spanish refers to a dumb or a very naive person. Yo soy no es memo. Stops the bleeding but will not recover your health. Bullets for shotgun. Darts for shotgun. Wait. Can I mix Let's use one of these hemostats, I guess. But where does it show? It doesn't. That's really weird that it wouldn't just show my stats. I don't know. So let me see. H is. Will you set the DDK? Okay. Yes. And set the DDK device. Okay. Will you set it? To release the lock, it is necessary. This is just... I'm just imagining the Capcom staffer in the 90s who thought they had a genius idea where instead of interacting with the door to open it, you first have to interact with a panel next to it. But before you can interact with the panel, you have to set both the code and input DDK devices. I don't have any of those DDK device. Like, this is the DDK device, I think. It's been sharply ripped. It's been ripped. Hey man, thank you for just chilling out while I was exploring. Maybe they won't notice me if I just... Oh, he noticed. He noticed. Probably gonna die now. Man, body blocking. Damn. Shit. Shit. I loved playing Adventure Quest and Club Penguin. Oh, I played a bit of Club Penguin. Okay, so it's just autosaves. Like in the room prior to the first room I entered. Not sure how they designate. Wait, here's something. Ah! 7687. You can remodel your handgun into a oh, come. I didn't need that. I need like a DDK device or what? Is that? No, that's like a shot glass. This is not what we wanted, Chad. Like mix item equip parts that can make the 40 Smith & Wesson bullets usable. I guess. Do I have any of those? No. Then what was the point? What's the point? Also, this dinosaur is sometimes here and sometimes just not. Can I now maybe... Hold on. This is ridiculous. Hi without horns. Wow, what a crisis. Hi, Asylvania. Manual saving. Ha! In this era, I don't think so. I don't know, I'm not sure how progress is conserved, or if the game maybe automatically saves when you hit certain flags relating to progress or what have you. Okay, see, this is what I wanted to do earlier, but I didn't see the rope, so I assumed that I couldn't. But I thought I could. I didn't figure to just interact with the vent grate itself, because there was another path here. Now we're making progress. Now we're making it happen. Will you take the 9mm ammo? Yes. Oh, it just auto. I thought I had to press to reload. Should have checked. Really bad to just be wasting ammo. I have so precious little plastic guns.
What's our status?
This security system is a snap-
Yo no soy ningún memo. I am no fool.
What exactly happened to Gil?
That was pretty close.
Dinosaur?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
This guy
But
has
Cooper
been...
the radio, and he's missing.
This guy has been just like a drain on our mission the entire time. It's like, we really shouldn't be here. I just want to go back home. We shouldn't go in the facility. Maybe we should get a helicopter to take us back. Are you not? Like, is this not your job?
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way.
Funny how Resident Evil is so unspecific about the guns in this game is like real life manufacturers. Yeah. Maybe that's like the Metal Gear Solid coming through. This is actually a game from '99, I think, so probably Metal Gear Solid. They would have played Metal Gear Solid, surely, but I don't know if it would have influenced development in any way.
Now, what I want to know is where those things are coming from.
He's like the nerd character. No. This is where I came from. I ran past the door and I looted a bit further, but this is the heading now. Press the switch. Yes. Nothing happened. Just endless array. You can store medical supplies in this emergency box. You need a plug to open it. Why? Why is nothing? Why is nothing just usable? Why do you have to gatekeep everything from me? This game. Come on. I just checking if there's anything here I can interact with at all. ID. Okay. The other direction then. Jesus. Sounds like you need a plug. I need a plug. The management office. Management surely has a plug. This is it. This must be a plug. It's in a gigantic briefcase. It must be. Look, just terrible depth. Oh, thank you. Now we're cooking. Collect the code disc with the same mark and set both parts into the door. Just, okay, awesome. Like, just, something seems to be inside the cardboard box. Hey, I got a plug. Can I interface with computer? No. Will you press it? Hey, hey. Now I can use the computer. Oh. This computer. Oh, dynamic camera movement mid-room. That's really nice. On the screen is an email titled New Employee Education. That's me. Will you read the email? Yes. Please inform the new employee assigned to this department about the DDK system as follows. The digital disk key, or DDK, is a system that secures our most important areas with advanced locking. I feel like... I feel like when you're at the point, like you're developing the game and you're like, yeah, we need to introduce this mechanic twice. It's just like, maybe you could streamline things a little. To release the lock protected by the DDK, prepare and set the following 2 data disks at the locking device near the door. Okay. The type of the DDK you need is indicated on the door, A, B, etc. If the DDK type you use does not match, you cannot release the lock. Before operating the system, make sure that your DDK type matches the door you wish to unlock on Dragon Ball. Oh. I got an ID. Thank you. Oh, it's a panel key. There appears to be a panel that can unlock an electronic lock. Can I loot him? He's been gouged in the torso. There's a panel here that accepts numerical code. Sure. What? What? What's a good code? Oh, okay. Can I just... okay, I was gonna say, can I not? Locked into it. Hey, I got a save. 29 left. Oh. Oh, that's interesting.
Regina, I took care of the shutter.
Regina?
Able to access the control panel now.
DINO in pluck room now.
Ready?
Huh.
That was quick. Thanks.
By the way, was DINO Crisis suggested by the good folks on Discord, or was it something you simply felt like playing? I saw it on Twitter and I was like, hey, we're doing Resident Evil streams, so why don't we play DINO Crisis instead? Felt appropriate, you know? It felt appropriate that the second game of Resident Evil month should not be a Resident Evil game. Okay, hey, I got the H disc. That's useful. Huh? Alright. Anesthetic aid. Stops the bleeding. No! Jesus! Mix. Oh, I'm dead. I just died. No, I didn't. I lived. I hope that was a scripted event and not something that the dinosaurs can just do. I have no medical supplies, man. Nothing happened. Oh no. I'm in danger, dude. Stop! Ah! Ah! I don't have the health for this. Don't come in here. Alright. It's another save. I needed to see if my continues would go down at all. But so my continues are just how many times I can die, not how many times I can save. I figured that would be the case, but I don't feel stupid for checking, you know. I like the grab animation. The animations are pretty alright, I must say. Hey chat, the animations are pretty alright. I have an ID card. Don't worry about it. I have the ID card. Don't worry about it. Also, I need to check with the emergency plug thing. Aww. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I'll take that. And you can have a dart, I guess. You can have all of my darts, and I'll take all of the recovery items. Thank you. Then I guess we go back to the open area because we have the DDK card. DDK now disc thingy. Or to the 8 store. Is this game the original gatekeeping, gaslighting girl boss? She's really aloof and rude, but I don't know if she's a girl boss. She's sort of devoid of personality, I feel like. So it's like gatekeep, gaslight, depersonalize, or whatever. I had nothing. Hey! Okay, so it's H E A D. Head. Ah! Oh, these damn dinosaurs! Oh no, what happened? No! No, what's going on? No! What happened? Why can't I press anything? Hold on. There we go. Alright, we're not that far away. I just need to kill the dinosaurs first. What do you mean? What do you mean I have ammo? What are you talking about? These are shotgun bullets. I am using the shotgun. Just an entire attempt thrown in the trash because for some reason... Okay, well, she's not dead yet. Pretty damn close. Jesus, he's gonna kill me. Dude, where's my parry? Where are the complicated counter mechanics that allow me to stagger the enemy? This damn dinosaur, man! I hate this game. It's head. Head for H. There's a dinosaur in this room. I'm gonna lose my mind.
A survivor.
A survivor. Dr. Birkins.
The rescue team.
I kept you crisis in, huh?
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can
There's some
find
sort of
Dr.
dino crisis going on.
Kirk. That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me extremely vital.
Saul. Interesting. Is Resident Evil single-handedly... is Resident Evil keeping the zombie genre afloat? Now I have buckshot. This is shotgun. I mean, you know, things come in waves. Code. Disc. Panel. Okay. I have an N key too. This is not as cool a symbol up there as umbrella. Resident Evil, like, it has zombies, but I would say Resident Evil is really not. It's not. It's. I think it's more just like the name Biohazard. That's because it's not just zombies. It's like weird mutant monsters and such. I've also thought about just one of the problems, because zombies were like a thing, really exploded into like 2010, 2011, Walking Dead, and a bunch of shit. Oh, come on, no! Stop with the dinosaurs for 1 second. I need to not just have my game interrupted by dinosaurs all the time. But one of the problems, because zombies are good enemies, just brain dead, morally unambiguous, easy to animate, easy to make. But I figure one of the problems zombies died is because, number one, oversaturation, but also not much more done with the concept. Like, all the zombies were sort of just the same thing in all of these dispersed media, whereas, you know, why don't we have like really wet zombies? Like, what about zombies that are like, they're like, because when people die, their fluids sort of sink and start to pour out of their backs. So what if you have zombies that are like kind of bloated always, and when you shoot them or hit them, they like do a little bit of a splash, and like obviously in reality that wouldn't happen, but you know, just wet zombies, really sort of blubbery kind of zombies. That could be interesting. That's something you could do with. That's something you can do something with. Passageway to the connecting area. Oh, I need to manually equip my bullets. Oh, I see. I kind of figured she could take care of that herself. Not necessary. But she's, like, holding her stomach. Why isn't it necessary? Alright. Oh, yeah, the frames. Oh, yeah. Really good. Come back, you lousy asshole. Stand up. Stand up! He is not dead. He is pretending to be dead. Oh, maybe he's dead. He has a blood splatter underneath. See, I'm becoming paranoid and jittery. Actually, there was no other path here. Let's not aggro two dinosaurs for no reason. Complete global saturation, perhaps? Yeah, that like, people kind of just got sick of zombies and everything. What if they made a zombie where it's fat, and when you shoot it, it explodes and does an AoE? Huh. Now hold on. Another problem with the zombie is that we really became infatuated with the idea of society, and there's no way for zombies to be used to represent society, you know? But also, that's what I think that's so interesting about from all we've seen from Resident Evil 9. Is that they are seemingly evolving the concept somewhat. You have like the zombies are going to have like memories of still being human. That's kind of interesting, kind of like the hunger in Marvel Zombies, where they're still kind of human. They're just, you know, they're kind of human. They just have this sort of need to devour and spread the plague. And, you know, Crimson Heads are back. We're getting more Crimson Heads. That's interesting. Wait, is this just that room that I was... Ah, I see. Very interesting. Okay. Pretty cool. Oh! He saw me. But it's perfectly alright. I will lure him into the locker room. And then I myself will make a bold escape out of the locker room. Or I'll kill him. I don't see no blood. Show me your blood. Okay. Some of the researchers' belonging. Nothing useful. Did I... Hey! Chat. Are you looking at this? An old poster. Chat. Oh my god. Chat. Chat, what are these posters? What are we... This... Oh! Wow. Hey, this is pretty cool. This is pretty alright, chat. This game... Maybe this game's alright. The music kind of sucks. It's kind of generic. Nothing happened. How? But what? Nothing happened. How could that possibly be? My best laid plans. Nudie posters in the lab changing room. The scientists are famously all perverts because they can't get any.
I've unlocked the shutters near the entrance. One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor that looked human.
Huh?
It should be somewhere near the front of the training room. So, check there first.
All right. I'll say something. This facility is no Spencer Mansion. And I feel like whoever was put in charge of making this, and it's going to be revealed that it was secretly Shinji Mikami or some legend of the industry, I don't think they had a really strong understanding of what made Resident Evil work. I have the N. What is this? Do I not? Item. Disc N. I have it! I have it, man! Check the door and set the D. Okay. It's necessary to set the code and input DDK. Okay, maybe I don't have a disc or something. Like this is sort of ridiculous nonsense. Shinji Mikami would have never had this sort of nonsense be how things worked. Ezra, if you weren't joking, you jinxed it so bad. Huh? Joking about what? Alright, now I'm headed there. Let's see. If I go... that's locked. That's not locked. Oh yeah, but Shinji Mikami, huh? Shinji Mikami was the producer. Bullshit. He was not the director of this game. Give me a break. Dino Crisis. How can it be? Chat. Oh. Hey, when you realized your code washed. Oh. But he redeemed himself. He did the remake, and then he did Resident Evil 4. That was pretty alright. No, I don't want to push it again. Locked from the other side. What? Okay, danger, danger, danger. Shit, shit, shit! Oh, wow. That accomplished nothing. Run past him, man. Game over. Shinji, you really let me down, man. It was his off-day game. Oof. Why did he make it, though? Was he, like, angry at the leadership of Capcom? Oh, we're in the backyard. This is like liminal horror. Let me see. Is there anything in here? Oh, this is the other path. Part of this part. It was still like we're downloading the map. This isn't the Spencer Mansion. I don't kind of know my way around this place yet. Or the police station. I was in here already. Yeah, I was in here already. I was already in here. That's alright. Acer, play Project Firestarter next, please and thank you. Put it in the Discord. I'll add it to the I'll add it to the ever-expanding backlog. A list that grows faster than I can possibly ever hope to clear it. What's Project Firestarter about? Is it like a game about people starting fire? Or is it one of my favorite premises? The sun is going out, and Cillian Murphy and Chris Evans have to go in and put things right again. Acer, what do you think of the Baker House and Resident Evil 7 by comparison? I have a lot of, you know, so much love to Resident Evil 7. You notice here how this crate, rotating crate, seems to be rendered on the outside of the fence. But it isn't. Much love to Resident Evil 7. I do think that in hindsight, having with revisiting the game, I'm like, I think the remakes kind of showed that. No, like Resident Evil 7, I think was good at sort of readjusting the series. I don't think it is an exceptional entry in the series, but I like it though. I like the house compared to like the Spencer Mansion or the police in remake. Police headquarters, a police station in remakes is like, ooh, no. It's better than this place. Shinji Mikami, you worthless hack. You can't just put a dinosaur in a game and that's enough. You have to. Alright, let me see. Map. Okay. Because, like... I've explored everything. Those gray boxes seem to be the ventilation shafts, I would imagine. Well, I mean, probably haven't explored everything. See you guys. There are still areas to explore. Here. No, that's fully explored too. There's a red door there at the end, which might be worth checking in on. It would be cooler if it was like 2 or 3 puzzles bigger, in my opinion, or the guest house was more substantial. Yeah, it's yeah. I just, my problem with Resident Evil 7 is just that it is so much more bare bones, and I feel like it is, I'm not going to say it's on rails, but the happenings around you definitely feel more scripted, whereas you play Resident Evil 4 And yeah, like it's scripted. They decide which enemies go into which areas. But like, there's so many dynamic way. Like, if you've never seen a Resident Evil 4 randomizer, I recommend you give it a shot, because every enemy has so many different things they can do. Like enemies from like the late game, like those monks with those robes. You meet them in the beginning in the village. And they'll just like leap over the fences, and you just watch this. Like, why do they have that function coded to them? Like, do they use it in their sections? Like, I don't know. But all of the enemies, they have so many ways of interacting with the environment, and any configuration of any enemies is going to create an interesting challenge. Not necessarily a good one, but an interesting one. And the level design and the combat is so good that you can really squeeze that game for content. And Resident Evil 7, comparatively, I feel is much less expressive. I don't think there's a lot of distinction between one playthrough and another, except you can meet the Baker family in a different order, can't you? I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I think you can. But again, not to disparage the game, because I do really respect it. This is this part of it. So if I go to the other end, there'll be a door. And which way? Where did that door take me again? I agree. Resident Evil 7's map and most gameplay elements are great, but half the game really drags for me. Loved Madhouse though. If I have to guess, Capcom wanted to add another division besides their Division 1 and Division 2 development team with Dino Crisis. Interesting. Oh, this is locked from the other side. Okay, so we'll just nix this. Is this a vet? Are they kidding me? Shinji Mikami, is this no, okay. He wasn't kidding me. He was dead serious all along. And I was the fool. This is the control room. Yeah, and an enemy randomizer with the crawler molded and regular molded. Yeah. How fitting, since Ethan Winters is the least expressive character like ever. I do like him. I like how every one of his comebacks and 10 activation key. I don't have that. All of you see this more in Resident Evil 8, I think. But you know, an enemy will just be like, "Curse you, Ethan Winters! I'll kill you!" And then they'll be like dying, and his comeback is like, yeah, I hope you die and it hurt. Like this is the level of like action hero swag this guy is just completely lacking. He has no game. He has no capacity for good comebacks. And it's really funny. I don't know if I asked this already, but what do you think they're gonna do with Leon in Resident Evil 9? Do you think they're gonna send him off in some way or nay? Do I think they're gonna send off the most popular character in their franchise? No. I think they're going to. I think like he's gonna be cured, or else I'm not buying the game. I'm gonna Google whether he dies or not, and then I'm gonna make a choice about not buying the game or not. No, but like, so. One of the we talked about this earlier because of how long games take to make these days. You know, you get fewer games, you get less experimentation. They've been pumping out the Resident Evils as of late, but the problem I think they've had is that most of their Resident Evil output, or like half of their Resident Evil output, has been remakes. So the series has been progressing pretty nicely, but it's been progressing like at half pace. You know, we could be up to Resident Evil 12 if they'd have not done the extra remakes. You know, I'm happy for one of the remakes, the first one, the Resident Evil 2 remake that we got, but because the story is advancing so slowly, I don't think they've done a lot of legwork to build out what comes next. And the characters, they're aging. You know, Leon Kennedy is in his 50s. I think the game takes place in like 2030 something, and you know the Raccoon City event was in like the 90s, I think. So what comes next? Like, is like Sherry, I believe, is 30 or 40 in that game. So like, what is next for that? Like, who is going to be the next character? Are we gonna be Chris Redfield again? Are you gonna are they gonna do Jill again? Are we gonna see where she's at in the universe? I don't think we've seen her since Resident Evil 5. Or yeah, and like, it's also an interesting universe because I actually don't give much of a shit about the story of Resident Evil. I feel like, and I think Capcom really doesn't care that much about it either. Not because it's not good, you know, it's a decent story and whatever. But did I loot this guy? Is that the problem? I have to loot him. No. Okay. But there are 2 slots under the frame where panel keys can be inserted. Are you kidding me? Left. See, there's no like Resident Evil would have like a glimmer. Like there would be something communicating that I'm supposed to interact with that. Maybe the cutscene communicated that and I wasn't listening to it. There's a panel here that accepts a numeric code. Will you enter a number? Yes. Alright, it's a 6-number code. Okay. No! Why do I take them back? Come on! Man! What the hell?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
This is not... What? Guess I'm getting out of here. I guess I'll never know what was inside of that. What? What? Is it still in there? I like that it's the chief's room. It's not like... Oh, no, it's gone. If anybody knows, did he mention like what the code was? I don't think he did. Blah. But yeah, so like the story of Resident Evil is advancing, and it's advancing faster than they really have been able to tell it, because I think it's what, 10 years between Leon Kennedy adventures. You know, we don't really know much about what's going on, I feel, in this universe. You have like the mold and such, but I imagine if they're gonna kill off Leon, I feel like they're going to need to then actually commit to the new characters. You know, and I think a problem they have with like what's her name, Rose, you know, Ethan's daughter. She has like crazy magical powers. You can't make her the protagonist of your action horror series. What's wrong with you? You can't do that. You have to pick new characters. And it's also hard to introduce a new sort of core group when, you know, it's still the same, like it's still like the legacy of Umbrella. And, you know, Leon Kennedy is connected to that from the beginning. Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But, you know, Rose Winters isn't. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see, though. You know, if they kill him off, I'm not, like, that's okay, that's cool, do it. And what are you going to do then? If they don't kill him off, which, you know, because I don't think they will. I think they'll keep him alive. But, I don't know. I'm just interested in seeing what comes of it. I like Mia as a psycho pseudo-X in Resident Evil 7, though. Yeah, like, one thing I do appreciate about 7 is how it really tried to dip its toes in more than one genre. I think that's very faithful to Resident Evil. Resident Evil, because we talked earlier about, like, Resident Evil and zombies. Resident Evil was never just a zombie game. You know, Resident Evil pulled from a lot of different sources. Infected Leon will be the last boss of Resident Evil 9. Oh no, don't say that. Not a fan of Resident Evil 4 remake. I think Resident Evil 2 remake really elevates Resident Evil, like what was there before, and I think it's a very unique and engaging experience. Resident Evil 3 I find to be just, it's a fine action game, whatever. And Resident Evil 4, I think Resident Evil 4 is quite good. It is, it's much better than Resident Evil 3 remake. But I think it's not distinct enough in its identity from the original Resident Evil 4, and I don't think it's like substantially better made. I think that it's it's smoother in some ways, but it's heavier, and so it's less arcadey, and that sort of, it doesn't have that sort of hectic rhythm in the fights, I feel, of the original. They talked about it in interviews that they were gonna, it's gonna be a bit different. We're gonna really focus on horror with it. That's what they said. And I thought, okay, so they're gonna make it a bit more like Resident Evil 2 remake, right? But it was mainly just like the theme. It wasn't like the presentation. It's still like an action game at its heart, whereas Resident Evil 2, at least at the beginning, remake, veers much more into like really choice-driven horror. Kind of hope they do something like that, something of consequences. I mean, so many characters they've dropped, they may as well do something to somebody. Yeah, like, you know what I want? I'd like them to be like, Leon Kennedy is like on a call. He's on the phone to like, some guy. Call him Steve. And he's like, yeah, hey, by the way, why didn't you go to Jill Valentine's funeral 15 years ago? And we realized that, she's been dead in the she's been dead in the universe since like the end of Resident Evil 5. It's like, throw these characters in the trash, whatever. That's really funny. We'll enter a number. No, I don't have any numbers, Shinji Mikami. He's been gouged in the torso. Like, is it here? Files are scattered. Cool. Is there more to do in computer? No, I don't want to read the damn email, man. Are there memos I have? I might not finish this one, gang. This might be one of those 2-hour streams where I accomplished not a great deal of substance. But we had fun playing, didn't we? Jill had Revelations, which were side games. Oh, she's in those. I haven't played those yet. Casadiv and I were thinking of maybe playing those together. I think we can do a lot of stuff without necessarily sending the legacy characters into retirement. Ada, for instance, doesn't have any game where she's the lead. That's true. But I also feel like, it's on one hand, you don't want to remove all of the legacy characters. Like, you don't want to just, like, on one hand, you've been with these characters, it's an almost 30-year franchise or whatever. I think it is a 30-year franchise now that I think about it. And you've been with them this long, they've been fighting this battle for this long. You can't just abandon them because you want to play with your new toys. But on the other hand, you're like, does Ada have a story worth diving into? Isn't she like, is there more for her to do? Like Leon Kennedy, like, is there more for Leon Kennedy? Or is his story done? Like, does this world need this story told again? Like what, as a protagonist, what is he giving you that is like opening up the world in any interesting way, versus what you might get if you were to...
What's the deal with this place anyway?
If you were to experiment with some new characters. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with this place, man. I'm looking for anything, any like hint of making progress on anything here. And I'm not finding it. Ah! No! Yeah, I'll climb up the ventilation. Did he come through here? Is this a new ventilation? See, because this is like really irksome, and again, I hate to be putting Shinji Mikami on blast, but You know, he wasn't taking great care when he made this game. You can't both have these sorts of random happenings go on. You want it randomized to sort of make the world feel lived in and, tense, and to make the player doubt themselves. But it's like, okay, but at the same time, I'm getting cutscene triggers at just like seemingly random intervals without a lot of setup for them. And you've done a really poor job of communicating to me my heading, and you've created like a really elaborate and unnecessarily so locking mechanism for all of these doors that I find to be very unintuitive and very bad at communicating what it's required of me. You can't on one hand make the correct, like, progress cannot feel this random, but also you have a bunch of random shit happening, is what I'm trying to say. Are you multiplayering in Resident Evil 5 and 6? No. Single playering. And I don't know, like, I played Resident Evil 6 for like an hour today. Just started it, and I think that might be all I'm going to be playing of it, honestly. I think it's really bad. Might open up some. I think the combat, Resident Evil 4 had pretty much the perfect combat system. It was very arcadey and fun, but, it had that system. Resident Evil 5 took that and removed basically all the sauce, but it was still such a strong system that I was still able to eke out like an enjoyment from that game. Resident Evil 6, man, oof. Like I feel like there's nothing left. I think it's a very unimpressive combat system, and I don't think it distinguishes itself in any meaningful way. I find the experience to be very underwhelming so far. Hey, why don't we do something cool and Google what the answer is? DINO. Oh, hold on. DINO Crisis Code. Codes and combinations. The code is... I will enter a number 7050337. Ah, there we go. The letter L is carved in the card. Awesome. Doesn't help me at all. I need like some other kind of N thing. They should get rid of Resident Evil 3's Carlos, Resident Evil 0's Billy, and Resident Evil 5's Shiva. Is the joke there that these characters are all dead already? Because I didn't finish Resident Evil 5. I got to like the final mission, or one of the final missions, and I'm just so low on resources, and my save is like not that great, that I died like 3 times, and I was like, you know what? I put in what I thought I could put in, and I'm done. I'll never see Chris punch that boulder. I'll never see him punch that Wesker. I'm done. I rescued Jill. I'm out. They want to avoid a Gen Alpha protagonist. Ugh. Most of what Ada has is tiny bits of info regarding her past from external sources, I believe. I don't think she has a story in the same way Claire, Leon, Chris, or even Wesker do. Yeah, and I also feel like Ada is endearing because she is mysterious, and you cannot make a game about her without just revealing that, and then the mystery's gone. Rachel, you're pitiful. Me? I'm not pitiful. 6 is garbage. I think, I think it's pretty garbage. Did you play and like Resident Evil 0? So I played Resident Evil 0. I bought it a few months ago, and I played like an hour of it. I'm not at all far into it. I got, like I said, just an hour or something. I liked it enough that I will go back to it. I want to play Code Veronica 2, and I want to play Resident Evil 0. My understanding, though, is that it has mandatory co-op at points. And that, to me, is a bit like, that has been so much of my problems with Resident Evil 5 and 6 is this insistence they have on you have to play co-op because we want to get into that multiplayer market. Just no. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And I don't know how they integrate that in Zero, if it's even true. Oh no! Just get away from me, you filthy dinosaur. Ezra, cool starts with C. Another word sharing that trait is cheating. What? This is an accusation, I want you to know. None of them are dead, they just never show up again? Oh. It's me, Carlos. Did you guys notice in Resident Evil 3 Remake that his pouches have jiggle physics? Also, if they're gonna bring Jill back, I really hope they do what they did with Leon. Because Leon, for the remakes, they have like face models whom they scan and then have other actors play the characters. And the face model for Leon hasn't changed. They're using the same one for Remake as they did for Resident Evil 2 Remake, for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm pretty sure it's the same face model for Resident Evil Requiem. But what they did between 2 and 4 is they modified the face a bit. They made him a bit less soft, sharpened him up, and they just kind of like they just re-sculpted him a little bit, tuned him around to make him look a bit more like original Recipe Leon, and he looks much better for it. If they bring Jill Valentine back, I really hope they do that. Not because the lady they got to face model her isn't gorgeous, she is, but because she just doesn't look at all like Jill Valentine. Jill Valentine, and I only noticed this really in Resident Evil 5. She has a really defined, distinct face, like her look. The look from Resident Evil Remake to Resident Evil 5, you're like, oh yeah, this is like very clearly the same face, like very clearly the same person. She's got like really soft features, like bright, big eyes, kind of. And then for Resident Evil 3 Remake, she's kind of like, this just looks like a woman playing Jill Valentine. It doesn't look like her. So I would, if they bring her back in whatever capacity, I'd really like it if they tried to like just, not replace the face actress, just like tweak it a little bit. Please, come on. What am I supposed to do? How can Shinji Mikami have directed this and Resident Evil Remake? That happened to me in Dead Space. Come on. Doesn't seem to be operational. Cool. I think it would take some writing skills, but I believe you could do it all while still keeping her mysterious. I don't think it'll happen though. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know, anything is possible. Like you can write it anyways. I just feel like the more you see her, the less the mystery is. It's not enigmatic if you see her for too long. Then it's just like obtuse, I guess, or maybe not. It doesn't have to be. It could be all right. Do I not have, like, what do I have? I have the N key. Okay. So this is beginning to bother me. I have the N key. It actually went the wrong way with it. I think the N key is downstairs. I have the N key. I tried opening the N door. It didn't work for some reason. Because I have to set something else along with the key. Was this the N DDK? Yeah. The symbol N is inscribed. The DDK that contains the correct information is required to release this lock. Will you set it? To release the lock, it is necessary to set both the code and input DDK. Like, why can't it be used here? Collect the code disk with the same mark and set both. Okay, so I do need. There is a disk I need to find somewhere. Great. Zero doesn't have mandatory co-op. You can just switch between the two characters. You know, yeah. I didn't mean like you had to play with another player. I mean like, you know, there are moments where the two of you are together. I prefer it to be like solo. Not that that's like, you know, I like Resident Evil 4. Not saying it's a complete deal breaker for me, but you know. Hey, let's figure out what's going on over here. Pretty sure, I'm actually just remembering. Wasn't this 0426? Oh. That's really interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I'm forgetting. It's 7248. No? Was it 1218 maybe? Oh, no. Oh. I remember somebody talked about 0367. 67. Chat. Did you catch that one? And there was that moment where in the memo where, okay. Okay. What the hell room am I in exactly? Management office. Oh my god, it's not here. Management office. Oh. Oh, I forgot. The it's because you know, I just forgot. This is technically speaking the Japanese version, and the note we got earlier telling us the code, it gave us the English version of the code, but this is a very famous glitch in the game. Main entrance, cool. I'll take the anesthetic gate, whatever. Progress. Make a progress. BT moment. In this game, it's not Umbrella Corp, it's just Freemasons, I guess. You need another DDK, I guess. Yeah, seems like it. Acer has a stunning memory. Yeah, no, it's, you know, when I just needed to lock in. That's really all there is to it. Now we have progress. Progress. Biocheater. Who Asylvania, who are you accusing of being a biotrader in chat? So he was reading the wiki to enlighten us on the glitch mix. Yeah, because that's why I needed to check if it was the management room. I needed to be sure that I was talking about the correct glitch all along. What is this? What is this atrocious excuse for an invisible wall? This is a light pole. Like, What do we... and there's like knee-high rubble. You kidding me? Take the 8. And then this area, it just swings up to this place anyways. Why? Why is this here? Oh. I guess I'll take the bullets, whatever. Teleport ahead. Hey, that's Hey, we got progress. Now the enemy's gonna spawn in and I'll have to do the whole loop around again. And that's why they did it this way. Wow, he can't even capitalize. He couldn't even capitalize on the path. Chat. This is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And he should be ashamed considering his famous games. Okay, N W No N E W. So it's A B D F G H A B C D F G H A B D F G H O M. Hey, this actually, I'm just gonna guess that it's newcomer. This is actually I don't know if this is hard or if I'm just tired. But this is pretty cool. It's a fun puzzle. Step in the grass. Look at that. Look at the way it wobbles, chat. What do you wanna bet that this is owing to some floating point operation gone awry? The N64 actually was much better about that stuff than like the PlayStation 1. Oh! Can I loot you, brother? Possibly a researcher. He's wearing white. This is to the outside, maybe? Have I connected the two areas? No, this is a new area. Switch. You didn't cheat this time, so I take back my previous accusation. I never cheated. Because if you cheat, you don't prosper, and you don't want to be doing that. Hey chat, what do you think this is? It's a freaking dinosaur. What is this? Oh, it's first person. Okay. Psych. And I'm out. Easy. Was this game for sure on the N64? Wiki says Dreamcast, so I thought this is the version you're playing. Oh, it might be a Dreamcast game. I just assumed N64 because Resident Evil originally came on the N64. I'm pretty sure. But if that's wrong, that's really embarrassing for me. I'm supposed to be, a streamer, and instead I'm just an idiot who doesn't know his consoles. Back up. Hey, I can get that box in the beginning. Ugh. What am I? Okay.
Gale, you're still alive. Good timing.
What is it? Another lizard?
That's no lizard. It's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
That's a good read. That's a dinosaur.
Something's really wrong with this place. This whole mission has gone sour.
Hey,
What's your favorite dinosaur, Chad? I really love the
who or what you're up against?
is it the
Any word on the buck yet?
hold on. Different dinosaur
My radio's
types.
dead, and he's
I
the only
forget
one
the technical name for this creature. It's called. Okay, so I was gonna say the Ankylosaurus, but then I was like, no, that can't be it. That's just the first thing that popped into my head. What's the actual name? Its actual name is the Ankylosaurus. I did look it up, but my first instinct was the correct one. I quite like the Ankylosaurus. He's like a gigantic turtle with a sledgehammer on its tail. And I also like the Indominus Rex. I died. I didn't think it would ever happen to me. I got double dinoed. Resident Evil 1 only came out on PlayStation 1 PC. What? That's crazy. I thought for sure Resident Evil 1 was a Nintendo 64 launch title. Well, not launch title, but like that was like it was a Nintendo game. But you know, that's sort of the funny thing about this is that liking these games, I'm not a big Resident Evil guy. I like the games. I don't know much about them or like the behind the scenes or anything. That stuff really eludes me still. A researcher's ID card is required. What did I pick up? Oh, this room key. Yeah. I quite like the Pteranodon. Is that the flying guy? I don't like the flying guy. I think he's kind of an idiot, if I'm being honest. Just saying, you know, I'm just... No, I think he's cool because he's like... You look at him, the flying guy, and you're like, you're just a bunch of gigantic triangles. No part of you has any business being in the air. You're also like as big as a truck, but somehow you're just gonna manage that. Okay, cool, normal. Carnotaurus, baby, and the Roger Corman classic Carnosaur. I'm gonna be googling dinosaurs now. Carnosaurus. Not gonna. What the hell? He looks like a dopey T-Rex. Like T-Rex with even less arms somehow. Do you have to be from the 90s to have a really specific favorite dinosaur? No disrespect. Well, see, this is kind of what I was getting at earlier, where if you're not from the 90s, you probably were not prepared for dinosaurs quite the way we were. I got the 8! I got the 8! Hey, I can go down to the backup generator room, B1. A battery is set in the battery charger. Will you remove? Yeah, I'll remove it. Give me that battery. It's fully charged. Very nice. I'm gonna need that. Red, blue, green. Oh. So like this. 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 And this. Use that battery, baby. I just did this. It's fine. Dimorphodon, cool too, and Quetzalcoatlus. A lot of these, this is kind of like deep Yu-Gi-Oh lore. A lot of these, like the Pteranodon, that's a really good card in, or he was a pretty decent card in the old dinosaur strategy for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So was Quetzalcoatlus, because you could use that to dig into, I think you would use Miscellaneousaurus to dig for that, to turf it, to immediately search out your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Check it out now. The levers are going to be... the depth is going to be incorrect. The back ones are going to be drawn over the front ones. And then they don't show it. Normal. I had Land Before Time and they showed us dino documentaries in school. Ooh, Land Before Time, that was great. I was a big Land Before Time. Smallfoot,
Yeah.
I think his name was.
So, do we have power yet?
We're in the green. Thanks to you.
And they had like a bunch of spin-offs that probably weren't any good, but I watched all of them. Or I watched like 6 or 7 of them, and me and my mom, we loved those movies. Door is locked from the other side. And Psicosaurus with a porcupine gills. That's pretty cool. On the wheel out tube TV. Spinosaurus is also cool. Yeah, didn't that one kill the T-Rex in Jurassic Park 2? I ask, reasonably sure that that is indeed what happened. Mikami, brother. Why did you... Where was the love when you made this? They were basically what we thought raptors were back in the day. Yeah, because like raptors are the most overhyped of all the dinos. Like these were just like tiny little chicken guys in reality. Is Quetzalcoatlus on Aztec? Wild name. Yeah, it does have a wild name. I didn't know that that was like its real technical name because I'd only ever read it on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I imagined it was just an Aztec name myself, but now I'm learning because you guys talked about it. I was like, oh, I guess that's its actual name. Okay. So from up here we go to the left, possibly. I need to go to the Natural History Museum in town. Oh. No, I needed to go to the right. I came from there, from outside, so... Did I not? This is not where I came from. I came from the... Yeah, this is the office hallway. This is exactly where I came from. Alright, so... The map is inverted relative to this camera angle I was working off of. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. No one to go with. I got Dinomania. Dinosaurs, I think... See... Just like how zombies had their day, dinosaurs sort of had their day. The toilet. Dinosaurs love it there. Now, if only I could fish something out of a disgusting toilet bowl, that would really make this game. Also, I can climb the vent. Look up Quetzalcoatlus' size. Shit must have been terrifying back in the day. Yes. Am I wearing high heels? No. Okay. Feet are just shaped. So, like, from this angle, it kind of looked like I was wearing high heels. But feet were just shaped like that. I think they got that thing in Old Yes Keep. Dinos can't get enough toilets. Just... Okay, we're sort of nudging our way towards a heading. I don't know if it's the correct heading. Ah, no! Leave me alone. I was trying to get to the vent. No! Jesus. I don't have the means of fighting these lousy dinosaurs. I'll route through the back and see where that path takes me then, since I think this was just a shortcut to another area. My area of the world was an ocean prehistory, so we got a lot of sea creatures. We don't have anything. No oil, no gold, no silver, no dinos, no nothing. Just a bunch of wet rocks. Oh. Hey, guess what? This was the heading all along. My favorite dinosaur is Acer because he's so old. This is true. This is an accusation also, though. I might just be pretending to be old. You've never, you know, you have to consider that I might just be one step ahead of you. And then one day I'm gonna pull up and be like, guess what? I was actually 28 all along. Did you know that, I think the headline for Jurassic Park Dominion, I think, was like, the dinosaurs will fight. That was the tagline, at least in Iceland, that was the tagline for that movie. And, I always thought it would be really funny if they were referring to Sam Neill and Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum. Because they're so old. I just hate old people, man. Not really. Lecture room. No, I was already in here. This is where that guy saved me. So, I'm there. I want to be there. Let's route back through the toilet vent because I think I just took a massive detour towards nothing. The old man glasses might not be real. The old man glasses are real. But see, it's not old man glasses like magnifying glass glasses. It's just migraine glasses. It's still old man, but it's not old man in the same way. It's different old man glasses. I would have predicted that Iceland has weirdly a lot of dinos. That's disappointing. Nope. No. That would have been very, very incorrect. Iceland had nothing. Iceland is relatively new. Life only began on Iceland a couple of weeks ago. Some guy came in here and planted a bunch of potatoes from Ireland and the whole thing began. This is just the locker room with the sexy ladies. The volcanic ash doesn't preserve nothing? Well, there's nothing to preserve. I mean, it was volcanic ash and nothing else. You know how dinosaur means terrible lizard? Like, I don't know, they seem pretty good at being lizards to me. Well, these aren't real dinosaurs though, these are fake dinosaurs. You've only seen them in the movies and the games. If it's like Ivan the Terrible, then they're actually sick at being lizards. Okay, so I'm close to this area now. I was wrong to ever take that massive detour. Nothing happened. What if I just talk to this guy? Can he help me now? Having been useless throughout the entire ordeal, can he be of assistance now?
Emergency?
Gale just told me he saw someone on the underground monitor.
Flashed by pretty quick, but I'm sure I saw something. Rick, open the shutter to the underground area.
Descended from potatoes.
What is it?
It's a distress signal from one of our team members. It must be Cooper.
Yeah, or it might be Tom. He infiltrated this facility posing as one of the researchers. Can you pinpoint the signal?
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the underground. It could be the doc.
What are you talking about? He's asking for our help. We don't leave our own behind.
And what if it's a trap? Would you want one of us to come and rescue you?
Don't
What if it's a
bother.
trap?
I'm willing to take that risk.
Remember our mission. We're not here to babysit.
That's your way.
There's a bit of a personal conflict arising in this team. The jerk-off who's been disloyal since the beginning.
Access to the underground, Gale. So get moving. You handle your things your way. I'll handle my things my way.
Is Gale not your superior? Is he not in charge of you?
Really starting to get on my nerves. Regina, I'm heading out to investigate.
I'm having
the
dinner
underground.
crisis, know what I'm saying? If life on Iceland only started when potatoes were planted, then clearly you're an advanced form of potato. Hey now. What will you do? Choose the idea you believe in. Gale's idea. Search for clues to find Dr. Kirk. Rick's idea. Rescue your comrade. I'm gonna go with Gale. Screw Rick. I will do absolutely nothing to aid Rick, who has been a burden throughout the entirety of this ordeal. It's great that I didn't pick up where the hell he said he was going, and now I need to look through the entire freaking facility again. Chat! What do we think? What do we think, chat? Are we having a good time? I hate this game. I was not expecting a masterpiece lost to the eons, but I really hoped it would at least have something going on. Conceptually, I'm a fan, but I think somebody could take this premise and make a game that is like, I don't think this is just not impressive as a sort of follow-up to Resident Evil. I think this is an unimpressive game. I think it is unimpressive even just considering how interesting the premise is. Like, do a Dino Crisis Resident Evil, like Raccoon City, but instead of zombies, it's just dinosaurs. Like that's your game. And immediately, images flash to mind of so many different ways of interpreting and approaching this sort of game, and all of them are more interesting than this has ended up being. Having a whiner crisis. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it here, and tomorrow we'll pick back up with Resident Evil 2. I'm happy I gave this a shot, though. You know, they can't all be winners. You know, Shinji Mikami, he doesn't have a perfect hit rate. You know, it's good. It's good, actually. The first thing you do when you see the statue of David is you're just in awe of the presence and the magnanimity and the divinity of the work. But the second thing you do is you start to notice all of the little cracks and imperfections, and you realize that behind the facade there was only a man. And when you looked too close, because when you saw him from afar, he was like a god. But then when you got closer, you saw that it was just human. And it's good that Shinji Mikami has been put in his proper place in all of our collective minds. Maybe the third Dino Crisis game, it gets good. But okay. Yeah. Remake this game, but make it good. Be very liberal in approaching the remake, but just make it better than this. It feels very bare bones. It feels very much like it feels like this is just bare bones and not terribly greatly thought out. But yeah, I'm gonna call things here, and we'll meet up again with Resident Evil 2. So thanks everybody for stopping by. You can wishlist my game in the description box below if you want to. It's better than this, you know. Hey, my game may not be a masterpiece. It's better than this. I'll stand by that. And you can join the Discord if you haven't already, though I think I recognize all of your names from the Discords. So, see you all, everybody. Bye-bye.